This is the Loopgear Loopdot, and this little clip flashlight slash fidget toy is incredibly interesting. Thank you, Loopgear, for sending me this, by the way. This thing is incredibly interesting, like I said, and let's just get into it. So, yes, it is a flashlight, but it is much more than that. But let's go over just the flashlight part first. So, it's got a top button, USB-C, I believe it's 600 milliamp hour battery in it, and 2 different lighting modes. Super cool. So the first one, it's going to turn on. It'll give you that little battery indicator there. I'll show you that one more time. Battery indicator pops up, then goes away. And yes, that light is on. The halo part of it is on, and then you use this ring to go up, and then you can double tap, and you'll get your turbo. The high on that is only 270 lumens, but it seems like a lot more, and it's a nice warm color temperature, so I really like that. And then a press and hold is going to get you to your spotlight mode, which is super cool. Once again, I can control all of that with this little dial right here. And this is pretty much how it comes, but you also can get this little carrying case for it, which I like very much, because it then makes it into an actual little clip light. So the clip light can go on, stays on pretty sturdy. It's not too bad. Will stay, take my glasses off. Will stay on. It's not going to fly off if you're doing, running or something. As you can see, it stays on quite well, but very interesting because it's not a part of the light really. You have to get a separate thing to do it. So that's kind of interesting. It does have some nice little grip in there, as you can see. And yeah, so that's sort of it for the light portion of it. I like it a lot. By the way, that spotlight is 400 lumens, and you've got this cool little ring here you can kind of play with. That's kind of they call it an ASMR little fidget toy thing, and it is definitely a nice feel to it because it's just like a nice smooth aluminum body. But then let's get to the display, because the display is very interesting. So with the display on this little guy, you turn it on with this, but that I still have my flashlight on, as you can see. I'll turn my flashlight all the way down. I'm going to triple click, and that's going to get me into my modes. So that kind of looks like a little flashlight, right? So that's my flashlight mode. And then I'm going to scroll over. This is my game mode. Very interesting. And then this is my settings. So we'll go back. If you want to enter flashlight, you would just click once and you'd go right to your flashlight. But I want to go to game mode because there is a ton in here. So first off, it's got this little smiley face. So if you click on that, it's going to give you all these different lighting modes. So you see the little bar in the middle and then the light on the outside. That's what it's going to give you once you press it. So I've got my red flashing there, and I can go to red and blue flashing. I can go over to red and white. And then I've got these cool lighting effects. So this is a little matrixy. You can increase the speed, slow it way down. This is 52 individual little squares, or 54, I think, individual little squares here. And they do all these cool lighting effects. You can change the color on this. Kind of neat. Definitely not something I thought I would see in a flashlight, but it's very neat. Again, another cool lighting effect. And that's what all of these ones are. These are all just different lighting effects that do a whole bunch of different things. But then you get to this little guy, and it's basically a little ticker. So I've put a little message on here, and it's going to go through. But as you can see, you can set it, and mine says self-equip. So that is kind of neat, but not entirely sure what you'd use it for really. Maybe passing notes as a high schooler. Has changed a little bit, and you just put it on your little screen and you can show your lovebird across the room. But I have no idea what else I would use it for, but it is kind of cool. Do a double tap, and that's pretty much all of those lighting effects. Double tap again gets me back to the menu where I get to select what I want. And lots of different little things here. So this, by the way, has a motion sensor gyro thing in it. So this is a dice is what this is. So I do this and it rolls. So if you need some like, oh, hey, pick 1 through 6 and you roll it. Hey, I rolled a 4. So that's kind of what that is. Very interesting. And then you've got this guy, which is a coin flip, I believe. And you can, or a yes or no, I guess, but it's like a coin flip. So if you can't make a decision, you could use this, I suppose. And then you've got rock, paper, scissors. So spin it, rock, paper, or scissors. Oh, it's paper. Do it again, and I get rock, so that's kind of interesting. Double tap will get me out of that. You've got your lucky arrow, so I don't know, it points in a direction. You've got your little water glass thing, so this just follows wherever you're going. This can really show you what the motion can do, and you can even set it to be more sensitive or less sensitive. Right now I can't remember exactly what I have it on, but it's there. And then you do have timers, so you can set a timer or you can have a stopwatch. Setting the timer is interesting. It's these ones are not individual seconds because, like I said, this is 54, not 60. So it's like 1, 2, 3, and then it goes to the next one. But then you'll see if I press it, it's going to start to change colors, and they're changing colors counting down, and then it's going to vibrate once it's done. And same thing, we've got a stopwatch. I press go, and it goes until I stop it. You've got your catch the dot game here, and so you press once, you choose your level, and then I press go, and now I've got to catch all these dots that are coming down, which is super interesting. So I guess if you're bored, you've got a little game center here right in your pocket. I can press once and it'll pause it, and then I can go back to whatever level I want to select, and that's pretty neat. And there's a whole bunch of other games in there too. And then in this final one, this is just all your settings. You've got vibration, duration of your screen, timeout, brightness, all that kind of stuff that you would expect. You can check more. You also have a lock feature on this guy, and I believe if you lock it here, it's not just a press and hold to where you can unlock it. Turn it on, and then you can get back in with just turning the dial. But primarily, obviously, I'm going to be using it in flashlight mode, so I will turn it on there. You can see how low that low gets, which is pretty interesting. There's those emitters on there. Pretty cool. But let's take this sucker outside and see what it can do at night. We've got the loop dot, and it is on that nice ring light mode there. So this is the spill, the spill mode, and you'll see I'll turn it all the way up, double tap. Really nice amount of light coming out of this. Really nice, super warm color temperature, probably 4,000 or below, and it looks really good. So that's super nice for the CRI. And then I press and hold, and it will get me to that thrower, which I do really like the throw on this little thing. I think it's really nice. But let me scroll all the way down to the absolute lowest. You can't even see it, but it is on. So you can really set this thing incredibly low, which I really do love. I think it goes down to like 0.1 lumens, which is really wonderful. But you can see I can really scroll this up. Do the same thing with the ring light as well, the spill one, but tons of light coming out of this spot too. So really impressed with the loop dot as far as the flashlight mode goes. All right, I'm out here with the Loopgear Loopdot. It is on, barely. That is the low mode, and it is such a low illumination. And I'll show you as I ramp it up here that it gets a little bit more, and a little more, and a little more, and there we go. And then double tap, and that's turbo. So that is the flood mode. Super warm color temperature, looks really good. It does light these trees up just a little bit, especially the ones right next to me over here. But lights the roadway pretty good. And then I'm going to do a press and hold, and it's going to switch. And obviously a cooler color temperature, but I can light these trees up pretty good. There it is on turbo. Definitely hitting that 100-meter tree, and that's about what it says the limit is. But it's pretty good. It lights up this whole area. I mean, it's coming out of this really, really tiny thing, so it's pretty darn impressive, honestly. And then I will go down with this. As you can see, it can go really, really far down to where you can just look right at it. So pretty impressive from this little tiny guy. All right, the water test is done. Not much of a water test. Don't yell at me. This is only IPX4. That is a really, really low rating. I didn't want to do too much and just absolutely kill this light. I do want to do some sort of drop testing for it. And so we are going to do the drop testing here. I've got it on, and I do have the case on it because I am not going to carry it any other way personally. This just looks very fragile without a case. It's kind of like your phone. I would not have it in your pocket unless you've got a case on it. So this is how I'm going to drop it, and here we go. Waist tight. Case. Right. Still on, so let's take it to the roof. Off the roof. See ya. Right on the head. Okay, I am finding out with you on this one, and I'll show you a little bit of the damage there. Hopefully my camera can focus on that. Definitely got some damage up front here. This is how it looked when I picked it up. The light was still on, and there it goes. It turned right into spot mode. I think I was in flood. It goes back into flood. It goes up, goes down, press and hold, all the way in that low spot mode. That looks good. I think I see some water in there. Yeah, I think it looks fine. Let's take it out of the case. The case didn't really do much on that roof drop because it took it right on the face. I didn't get to watch the slow motion. Hopefully that's a good slow-mo for you guys, but it really took it right on the face there because I can see the scarring right here. But I'm pretty surprised actually, especially at taking it right there. I thought it would break. There is a little rattle. I don't know if that was there before or not. There is a little rattle. I just want to make sure it goes into the other modes and stuff. Looks like it will. Yeah, it goes into the other modes. You can change it to whatever, change the speed still. So yeah, it looks like it's still working. Yeah, this Loopdot thing is pretty neat actually. Good job, Loopgear. The only thing that I gotta say is I wish this case, I do really wish it was reversible. So it is reversible and I could put it in this way and you could use it and the button would sit there, but it's not right because this is really hard to turn because of this this bevel up top here. There's a little piece that's in the way, so it doesn't turn smoothly. It's definitely meant to go in this way with the USB port there, but I don't like that because the clip is this way and the top of the light's there. So like if I put it on a vest, it would be this way, or if I put it here, it would be upside down and the button would be on the bottom. I prefer a button on the top if I'm gonna have something. So yeah, interesting light. As a flashlight, I don't know, 7.5 out of 10 maybe. Not bad. There are other options with a lot more lumens, but do you really need that many lumens if it's just a clip light? Probably not. What I really, really like about this is the low mode. Is you can get so low on those LEDs. I don't know how they did it, but you can get so absolutely low and pick whatever you want as your incredibly low mode. I love that it's a super warm color temperature on the flood, and then you switch and you've got that nice throw with a cool color temperature, which is usually has a better throw when it's a cooler color temperature. So I think that's really cool. I think they did a really good job on the flashlight portion. And then it also totally doubles as a little fidget toy, or if you get bored and you have your flashlight on you, you could play little games on it and stuff, which is very interesting. And at the about $40 price point, you know, you can weigh if that's worth it for you. If you want that, maybe this is a good flashlight, like a good first flashlight for a kid. I could definitely see that, like an 8 to 10-year-old or something. Give them one of these. I think they would love it because it's got the little games on it. It's not a phone or anything like that. It's a flashlight. They can use it. It's practical. So I would recommend this for kids, honestly, because it's just kind of neat. There's a lot of cool modes in it. You can make those little messages if you want. Yeah, Loopgear did a good job, and I'm very interested to test some more of their stuff. I do have another flashlight from them, but that one won't come out until next year. They have me holding back, but I am very, very excited about that light. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you can see that when it comes out. And I have many more flashlight videos if you want to watch more. I do all kinds of this testing all the time. So thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you on the next one.